Hello, and welcome to the Fogler Library tutorial about 7th edition American Psychological Association, or APA, citation format. APA citation is a format most often used in the social sciences, like psychology or education. Halfway through fall 2019, APA citation was updated from 6th to 7th edition, and as you might expect, some changes have been made in the 7th edition. In this video, we're going to talk about in-text and reference list citation changes. For an overview of APA formatting, you can take a look at Fogler Library's 7th edition APA Research Guide. Let's start with changes to reference list citation. This is probably the part of citation you're most familiar with, the reference list of sources at the end of your paper. The changes we'll talk about here are the biggest differences between 6th and 7th edition, but if you want a complete list of changes, you should take a look at our research guide and the resources we link to. Change 1. If you're creating a citation for an article with between 2 and 20 authors, list their last names and initials and put an ampersand before the last name listed. If you're creating a citation for an article with more than 20 authors, include the first 19 authors, type an ellipsis, 3 dots, and then add the last author's name. Change 2. With web addresses, or URLs, you don't need to write retrieved from in front of a web address anymore, unless there is some additional reason you need to include a retrieval date for the website. Change 3 has to do with DOIs. A DOI, or Digital Object Identifier, is a link that will always point to the article it's created for, even if the website where that article is stored changes. DOIs are a way of trying to make internet links more permanent. Some articles will have DOIs and some won't. In 7th edition APA, if the article you're citing has a DOI, you don't have to type DOI: before a DOI is listed, and you should now list a DOI as a hyperlink. In other words, a DOI should start with https://doi.org. Change 4. If the author and publisher of a work are the same organization, you only have to list the organization as the author. You don't need to list it again as the publisher, or write author where the publisher information would go. Leaving the publisher out will let the reader know that the author and publisher are the same. Change 5. For a book or book chapter, you don't need to include where the publisher is located anymore, just the publisher name. Now let's talk about the major change to in-text citations, which are shorter versions of a citation that you put in your paper. The reference list tells the person reading your paper all the sources you've used and where to find them. And in-text citations tell the person reading your paper which ideas in your paper came from which sources. If you're citing an article that has 3 or more authors, list only the first author's name and then include the words et al. This is Latin that means and others. You should use the first author's name and et al. Even the first time you cite something in text. Thanks for watching this tutorial. If you have questions, please get in touch with the librarian using the contact information on your catalog homepage. We'll be happy to help you.